The first swap I remember making was swapping cake for apples and peanut butter. That was the very first time I remember thinking. And that sounds really weird. But I was like, why are you doing this? You know this isn't good for you. You know you can make a better choice. And at the time I was still making like decent choices. I was getting like my chicken and my vegetables in. Like I was eating like a relatively balanced diet. Like I wasn't like massively out of shape or anything. I was just making like really like naff decisions around like gorging on at points like cakes and like full sugar chocolate bars. And I think it was just irritating me that I was like doing those things. And I was like, why are you doing this? And then I thought maybe you could have an apple and peanut butter. And I was like, okay, I'll try that. And when I first tried it, it was just like even better than the chocolate cake. I've got to be honest. I was like, I want another one, I want another one. And I was like, and another one went in. Fast forward to now, which is like many years later, that apple and peanut butter, that doesn't even exist on my radar anymore because it just, it's not a thing. Like, I don't get those cravings anymore. And it's because my diet's a lot more well balanced. For example, in the morning when I would usually, this is another swap I made, there was a time when I would be like, yeah, like coffee with sugar, like I don't care how many I need, I'm drinking them. And it would be like two sugars in the coffee, and it might be like two, three coffees. And I'd be like, now I feel better. I'm like, yeah, I'm not surprised you just like dosed up with caffeine and sugar. Like, yeah, you're probably fueling on cortisol and adrenaline. Like, probably, you could do things better. And one of the swaps I made for that was to get oats into my diet. Oats with dark cacao, which is essentially raw chocolate. So there's no added sugar in it or anything. And some types of banana. At the moment, things like hazelnuts and almonds and walnuts in the bottom. A little bit of whey protein. And then on top, like get the knife into the peanut butter and just like drizzle it on top and then put the knife back on the peanut butter and you're done. And that was one of the swaps I made. That was like a really like, how are these connected swaps? Like I was like, what? I was like, how does this work? And I think I just needed more fat in my diet, like more good fats, just like with the apple and peanut butter. So another swap I made was like for some reason I accidentally started eating granola with sweetener on it. Like, why did I do that? I'm like, taste. I'm like, you're human, you make mistakes. Like, you're human, you mess up sometimes because like, you're not perfect. I'm like, okay. And at the same time, I was also, I feel so like weird talking about this. I was also buying like sweetened jam. Like, I'm like, why were you doing that? I was like, oh. And one day the store didn't have the sweetened granola in, and I was like, okay, fair enough. And I was like, what are you gonna eat for breakfast? I was like, you were eating like oats and stuff with like nuts or like banana and stuff like that. And for some reason, I think I'd gone to a hotel recently, and I was like, oh, this granola's nice. And I was like, I'm gonna eat this at home. It's just like idiot move. Anyway, thankfully the store didn't have it, and I had to rethink things. And I was like, you probably just want sugar. I was like, why have you done this? I was like, oh. So I essentially just kind of like slowly went back to what I was previously doing, which was getting sugar and fat into my diet in the morning. It's so irritating. But essentially, if you want things that are sweetened, you probably just want sugar. And if you want sugar, you probably want fat with it as well. So if you want, I don't know, like sweetened yogurts, you probably want, like if it's a strawberry yogurt, you probably just want strawberries and maybe with something really, really sweet like mango or balance it out with like a banana or something. And I'm not saying like go make a smoothie either because that's liquid sugar. I'm saying you probably want the taste of strawberry because you're like, strawberry. But strawberries aren't really that sweet when you think about like strawberry yogurt, like how sweet that can be when it's got sweetness in it. So you're gonna eat this strawberry and you're gonna be like, it's just not good enough. Like it's not like the strawberry yogurt that's got sweetness in it. Well, yeah, I know. We both know that. So you probably want something that's even sweeter, like mango. But if you put strawberry and mango together, you're going to get like a really big sugar increase and a big dip. So what could you do? You could add something like banana to it, because bananas generally have more fiber and they release their sugar like slower. Like I eat them all the time if I need that like boost in energy, but like I don't want to be peak and trough. So you could mix those three things together with maybe a normal flavored, no added sweetener, just a normal yogurt. Like no added sugar either, because I've seen in the supermarket you can get added sugar yogurts. I'm like, what? Okay, fair enough. Just a normal yogurt, maybe like one of those bifidus ones, like that helps everything digest. Maybe you could have that with like a couple of pieces of strawberry, a couple of pieces of mango, and a couple of pieces of banana. It's like, maybe that's actually what you want. Maybe some Greek yogurt. Maybe you could get some Greek yogurt and then put that in a bowl with the fruit. You could keep going with this, you know? You get where it's going. You could add oats, you could add nuts, seeds. You could drizzle like dark chocolate on top of it if you wanted to. I think all of those choices are better now than the sweetened yogurt. Like, I don't buy sweetened yogurts anymore. I made a change recently. I was like, just buy the normal yogurt. Like the way I used to buy low-fat mayonnaise. I'm like, why are you buying low-fat mayonnaise? Like, it doesn't make any sense. Just buy the normal mayonnaise. And it up here was going like, no, you're gonna get fat if you eat like normal mayonnaise. And I was like, if you get fat from eating normal mayonnaise, something's wrong. Something's wrong if that's the case. Like you're not like being healthy if you can't eat normal mayonnaise or a normal yogurt. Like, what is going on exactly? And that's when the shift started, like all over again. There's been like many shifts like over the years, and like all of a sudden I've realized like I can share them with you. So the dark chocolate one was another. Like there would have been a time where I would have been like, oh yeah, big bar of chocolate, yeah, full sugar, tasty. Now, no. No, if I want like a bar of chocolate, it's got to be dark chocolate, at least like 50%. Ideally about like 60 or 70%. And I'm like, yeah, that's the stuff. Like, no sugar in it. Nope. And that's enough. And even from there, like, the swap for that is just get chocolate into your diet, like the powdered stuff, the dark cacao that I spoke about before. If you start getting that into your diet pretty much like every single day, if you eat, this sounds weird, if you eat chocolate powder for breakfast in, say, oats, and you get it every single day and you put like a level tablespoon of it in your oats, you will just be like, chocolate? Like, why would I want that? Like, bar of chocolate with sugar? Nah, I don't really feel like that. And all of a sudden, all those cravings you used to get, they'll just start to fade away. It's really difficult though, because they come back. They like creep back. Old you will try and like get back in and be like, yeah, we were fine. Yeah, we were fine. Like being like that. Like, you've been like that for longer than you've been like this. Just be like that again. And that will sometimes happen. You don't want it to. You want it to be perfect, like this straight line of health. Like, obviously we all want that. But it's not like that. It's not like that at all. So they are some of the health swaps that I've made. Oh, before I go, one more. Swapping out vitamin C, like supplements, for spinach. That's something I noticed, that I don't need my vitamin C supplements anywhere near as much since I started eating spinach. That's just one more before I go. Anyway, I hope you find this useful, and that's me done. Bye.